Not bad. How's everything going?
We are okay, of course, seeing the new government in, and of course trying to get to see how relaxed the economy can be, and also how we can pull up socks with regards to events and so forth.
Amazing. So, Mr. Davison, Muzanda, I want to talk about something very interesting today, this afternoon, regards with you being the current ZAM president. How is it going so far?
It's quite a very tough time, of course, but then at the end of the day also it's the right moment for change. It's what we've been expecting as artists across the country, having a new government, probably with a new minister and maybe new system, and also maybe more professionalism in the industry. I think it comes at the right time. A tough, job ahead, but then we're ready for it, and of course are very much up to task together with the team, my entire executive, settling into office, and of course just setting up goals.
So there's been so many concerns in regards with how ZAM must be working. I've had so many artists on this show, and most of them, they don't want to give a comment in regards with ZAM and also knowing what goes on right there. Let's talk about the current ZAM executive as well. What plans do you have? What should we know about? I know there's so many artists who are locked in right now. They would like to find out your plans and what's going on.
Well, I think for a long time the industry has lacked professionalism, and also maybe we've really put too much of the same system, same type of work, same type of framework that every other president that sat on this position has been, tried to utilize. But then we've come with quite a different approach. We were trying to see how we can monetize all digital platforms in terms of selling music, and also lay out quite very strong or stiff laws, or rather regulations, with regards to how things are handled, especially with the copyright issues, as well as, just for artists to understand the intellectual property rights and so forth. They have mechanical rights and so forth that they've abused themselves. And also, we must really focus on how much Zambians will now respect or maybe value art in the country, because for a long time, all people know is that musicians are failures, so they fail to go to school and they make music, and we're doing them a favor by giving them a show for 2,000 kwacha pay or 10,000 kwacha pay. But then they forget that, art or music itself, has really contributed at all times with GDP. And of course, we are talking about being able to sell the country as a national identity, as well help many companies brand and build, from scratch, because many of these artists are influencers. And then at individual levels, artists do not have a sustainable income. And so if we are to really focus on what should be done now, is to put the industry in order with regards to professionalism, and also having value, added to this association that has never been in the cause for a long time.
Let's talk about the bigger issue right now. Piracy is something that everybody has been talking about. What are you going to do about it?
I think piracy has been sung as a song in a way, because there has not been any legal framework laid down there to...
If it was a song, would say it's the biggest song in the country.
It's the biggest song, and for me, if it's just a song and it doesn't add value, then it doesn't make sense. There's no way we can be talking about piracy without implementation of the act itself. How do we then combat? We've got so many people from a booth, from a corner, busy banning music, busy, sending music to flash disks and phones. And we also have Zambians, the consumers themselves, being the people that are actually pushing piracy to its highest levels by sharing music via, these social platforms for free. And we have got a lot of bloggers. People are claiming they're doing fine because their music is being downloaded on these free sites. But that's not good enough. What we're supposed to do is to lock the industry. People must pay for each and every song. They must spend money, of course, to be able to enjoy the music, because when the artist goes into studio, not only do they go in with passion, but they also invest. And an investment must always bring in more than what is spent on procurement. And so people are working very hard to create. Why not partner and help them also realize profits from this? Government must step in, but much more the artists themselves must be organized, so that the people who are buying from us can understand that this product that we are buying is of quality, and it's really something that needs to be paid back for. And of course, people have to get paid.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so maybe also, are you also aware that piracy can be also not the people pirating the music, but the artists themselves wanting to have a big song by pirating their song by themselves?
And exactly, that's what we call mechanical rights. You see, mechanical rights is when you, PMC, has produced a song, you are a musician, and then you've got the right because it's your song. You take it to some, some dealer somewhere to say, can you share this song with so many people? They share it for free. So at the end of the day, on the other side, as a structure, as a body, a statutory body that is fighting piracy, we set out to fight piracy. We find that you, the artist, is the one who's distributing your music for free. Then how then do we combat that? It means at the end of the day, we have not much rights because through ZAM Corps, I understand that there's been a very difficult approach on that because of the mechanical right that people then get to exercise their rights by circulating their music on their own because they want the song to sell. But then if all artists come together and understand that the reason why we are broke, the reason we don't have enough money, the reason why we are not really the richest or the wealthiest Zambians in the country, yet we are supposed to be there, is because we have not protected what we produce. We spend so much time on and money on, we have give it out for free. Yes, we may give out songs for free. We do songs for charity here and there. But at the end of the day, even that comes with value association.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. So if I take you back, in the past, we had the issue of the hologram through the Ministry of Broadcasting and Information Services, and also the police was called in to task here and there to try and help out, moving around, stopping people from pirating in these booths. But at the end of the day, that didn't work out. But then we want to look at it from a very different perspective because this time around, music sells more on digital platforms. And so it's very important that we work with IBA, with Victor, and many other organs that are there, readily available, to be able to engage and not just to act by shutting down people who are doing this, music circulation for free or maybe who are pirating. But we have to call them also. We engage them. We sit and talk to them and make them understand that they can legally be in the pipeline, in the channel of distribution, than them being illegal and continuously destroying or rather denying the artists the money that they deserve, actually.
Mm-hmm. So maybe another thing that I'd like to find out from you is are we expecting that work to start?
Mm-hmm.
And also, maybe there's a new artist who's listening right now. There's also a concern from the new artist saying the more attention is paid from to the renowned artist, are the new artists also standing a chance to be part of and making a big song if songs are being bought?
That's a very smart question. Very few journalists, very few media people ask such questions with such what I call consequential type of thinking. You see, reason why artists feel a little bit left out, especially the young and new artists and not the established artists, is because there is not much what I would call a focus on building what tomorrow may become the biggest industry by the established artists. How do they do it? Yes, they do collaborations, but then we need not only to do collaborations and leave people out hanging with the feature. No. As an association, we want to indicate, or rather emphasize to all artists that we are going to look at every artist as an individual and not as a star or not as an established and an upcoming artist, but you are all artists, you are all our children, and as a mother body, what we want to do is to see more, collaborations in terms of entrepreneurship skills, in terms of how much you understand also the functionalities of ZAM, how much you understand the mandate of ZAM, and also how much you understand the profit margins in the industry in terms of your association. How then do you welcome these artists? We want to do workshops for them. We want to go across the country and hold workshops, and of course, be able to teach them, enlighten them on how to go about their business. Of course, this is what we can get from the experienced artists. They share the knowledge, they share how they did it. And then we find also reasoning from the new age, new artists on how best we can go about it. Remember, right now, people that are making more money is young generation, new people in the industry that have adapted to the technology that is there. And of course, these upcoming artists come with this, and this is what we want to see to it that we incorporate in our thoughts, line of thought. And of course, we want to say to the upcoming artists, the new artists, you are stars that are already born. What you may not have right now is a professional approach. which we will give you as an association, which we will seek also from the established artists to be able to accommodate you so that we facilitate your growth. And this is going to happen starting now because as I speak to you, we're working on a day where we're going to have our press briefing, and there we will highlight most of the issues that we want to undertake as an association. As well, we will indicate to the membership, general membership, and the new members on the revised fees and also the reason to belong to ZAM.
And also record labels. What's going on? We have record labels, Nexus, KMP, just to mention a few. So many record labels right there coming on board. How is ZAM going to engage them?
Wow. I must say I commend the work that KMP is doing, Kalandanya. I commend the work that Nexus, KB and team are doing out there. It's good to see such very organized entities come into the industry, and we need more. I'm appealing to the general public, the stakeholders, people with money. You come in and invest in the industry because there is money. Music has the power to generate revenue, and of course through branding, through advertisement, and also through events and music sales. Music sold in video, in audio forms, and many other forms. And also, remember, we are attached to the whole entire creative industry because we are the powerhouse. Music is powerhouse of the general entertainment industry. And so, record labels, we have incorporated them in the sense that they are also members. Already, as I speak to you, they have paid membership. If I check with my Secretary General, I'm pretty sure Nexus as well has come through to pay. If they haven't, hey, Nexus, step up and pay membership. KMP paid membership, I'm aware of that. And also anyone who wants to pay membership for their record label, please come through. We'll sit down and see how we can help you grow better. And also we want to understand that the contract, our huge concern with these entities is what sort of contracts are you giving to the artists? We want you to give artists lucrative contracts that will help them develop and not what I call grave or dormant contracts that frustrate artists from growth, that help artists not to grow, but help artists to stay in a lane where they feel unwanted. We want development, and we want it in a collective form. Let's be together, be able to come to ZAM, have constructive criticism, and also depth in advice on how best you feel the industry should be run and how best you feel we should approach certain cultural policies, certain copyright acts and so forth. There's much we can do together.
And also maybe how will ZAM work with radio stations, local radio stations? Because you find that, I know it won't be the same who has the biggest song in the country to get the same amount of money with someone who's just maybe new on the scene. I'm sure there's a way that things are going to be working right there. So how are you going to be making sure that statistic, you are going to be knowing, okay, this is the highest selling song right now, and how is everything going to be done? I'm pretty sure maybe there's an artist who's locked on right now. They want to find out how that is going to be working, maybe in your remix and also some of the things that maybe you want people to be up to date.
Okay. I would love to quickly, indicate, rather make people understand that we have a great team in as far as the executive is concerned. One of our members of the executive is actually very much close to such acts, because a lawyer, rather working with the law, enforcement organs here and there. What we can do together in that regard is that we must set out. Already last year, we were engaged with Ibrahim Horn College, as well as Belfast College from Dublin, Ireland. For the first time in the country, we have what is called an audio and music diploma, which you and I must go in and study. 3-year course. In there is a lot of things highlighted. First of all, what you're talking about is focused on the copyright. If you are playing music on radio or TV, wherever, you are supposed to pay. You're supposed to pay because we provide you content. Now, this content that we provide you is valued. And also, we must look at ways of, getting to see how the play comes out. How much music, how much do the songs play on radio? Which song plays the most, as you have indicated? We engaged the company that I'm here to rather mention, maybe through our press briefing we'll be able to mention, that is coming through with a system that we hope we can engage ZAM Corps on, as Victor and IBA as well, that we are able to track the performance of all songs across radio stations and TV stations. And when we do that, we will know which artist has attained more traction, and then we are able to pay out balanced, or should I say, equal to the demand, paychecks. Unlike what is there now, artists are in the darkness. They don't understand basically how their royalties are paid. And also, as an association, we are concerned. We are asking questions. How much do our artists get? How is the paycheck? Is there even a paycheck? People must understand that there must be transparency in the way we run things, and also there must be enforcement in terms of the legalities, what's legal on the ground, how much are people supposed to get, and who's doing the right thing. If people are signing documents, contracts, let's avail the contracts, let's see what's there, unlike what is there. Right now you are playing Zambian music. Some of the artists you are playing out there, they don't even have a coin in their pockets as we speak, because they are denied even the little that they already have worked for by giving you content for radio stations. So radio stations out there, TV stations out there, we need you to understand that you must pay. And when you pay, we also want to see to it that there's a structure that is transparent enough for all of us to understand, including a walk-in customer, including a consumer out there who may be latent at the moment. They must be able to understand that as music plays, musicians are getting paid. That way, there will be respect in the industry. That way, there will be revenue generated. And remember, when a musician gets all his money correctly and collectively, with understanding as a record label, as an institution that is a mother body, then we'll see that these musicians have got the muscle to go out there and invest in the community by opening schools, by being able to do also social corporate responsibility acts in the community. They'll be able to finish it, because these are role models. If they make good money, why won't they spend it around or within their community? They will. And if we empower them by making sure that we do value what they produce, then Zambia will be a better place. And remember, art can employ more than 3 million youths, and it's already doing that.
Okay.